Welcome back to Real Estate Talk, friend. I gotta tell you, man, this forward-thinking company, Real Estate Concierge, is a company you get to know. And I've helped them out on the common sense level. They help me out on the intellect level, and we make a great pair. So if you're wanting to move to North Texas, and or you're an investor or a primary residence person looking to come to the great state of Texas, I want you to call Real Estate Concierge 855-732-6700. Again, 855-732-6700, or simply go and jail like this to own tx.us. Did I say that right,
That's
Heather?
right. You got it, Willie.
All right, let's carry on, Marie.
Hey, and the good news, yeah, Willie is definitely our common sense neutralizer here. But the good news is we do have a team of 6. And on our team of 6, we do have some people that also have common sense. So,
Y'all are
hey,
smart,
we got
smart,
it. All right.
smart.
Jessica's definitely one of them. She's our 50-50, okay? Our 50% common sense, 50%.
She anywhere close
Now,
to 50.
actually, she's probably 100 and 100. Somehow she's got 100%.
Now you're confusing me.
Both of those traits somehow. But thank you, Jessica's parents. Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about the importance of a property management company.
Okay, this is a question. I mean, we get this question just as much as we get about the down payment and the cash piece. Okay, but I'm a passionate person of this world because this is the world I come from. And let me tell you a story. Do you have time for a story, Willie?
Yeah, but before you do that, I got to ask
Okay,
you something.
yeah.
When you say that, you got me thinking right now.
Okay.
So when you say the down payment, one of the most important questions that people ask, in addition to the down payment,
Yeah.
I have a mortgage background,
Mm-hmm.
and I will tell you, it's very unlikely that you're going to get into a rental piece of property as an absentee owner without having 20% down.
That is true, except we do have some ways that you could without.
Well, it's also my opinion here at Real Estate Talk that I give the good with the bad. And I got to tell you, if you're having to leverage up on investment property, it may not be the right time for you to buy investment property. That's the truth. That's my opinion.
Here's what you got to think, right? Our job is to not, we've never sold a house a day in our life. We don't sell anything.
Mm-mm.
We provide factual information so people can make the best decisions. But we're never in the business of selling, right? We help people get rich slow. If we help people get rich quick, we'd be selling our hearts out, but we don't. We give people right info. So what we have found is there is a sect of people that get it, right? And some people don't get it. So our job is to help figure out who gets it and who doesn't. And the ones that don't, if they want to learn, we teach them. And the ones that get it, we help propel them quicker. Does that make sense? So me personally, I have personal stories where I've bought rental property below 20%. But I'm financially stable. I can afford it, and I'm not in the risk of overextending myself, right?
Financially stable, young, good looking, smart.
Golly.
I mean, for the
and single.
And single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but there's some of this is advanced, some isn't, right? So part of the goal in the Rec BO is to figure out where our clients are, right? And not shove down what doesn't. We're not going to fit a square peg in a round hole ever. We don't stay in business like that, and we want to stay in business. We want to. Well, it does. You can trick people and you can con people, but we don't do that. We tell the truth, and again, we talk people out of buying houses all the time, Willie, all the time.
Yeah.
And that's just how we roll, right? And I don't know how you can be in business for over a decade if you don't do that.
Yeah.
You will go out of business. But anyway, so we can get into those cash ideas a little bit later, or
Sorry to
on another show.
down that
That's
rabbit
okay.
trail.
So we're going to talk about the leasing and property management piece. This is so important. I can't even tell you. But the story I was going to say was, so my background is in leasing and property management. Well, actually, I started in new home sales in 2003. And then when the economy tanked, belly up, everybody went bankrupt. And
Jessica, you got a tissue?
Stop it. No, this
sorry,
isn't for empathy. No.
Yeah.
I'm just telling people the background here. But I took over my first company, Janus Real Estate Group, right? And we had already started a property management division. And by accident, Willie, we didn't even want this piece of the business, but we had so many investors and they needed good property managers.
Absolutely.
And it just happened. So we grew that company to about 55 properties, which we managed all here in the North Texas area, with a lot of our clients being out of town and out of state and out of country. But we learned so much. Talk about the School of Hard Knocks. You ever been to that school?
Mm-hmm.
I have about 6 PhDs from that school, okay? Yeah. And it is a tough
but you're not but 25 years old.
I was 25 years old about 10 years ago. But anyway, I just can't tell you how important it is. We saw lawsuits, we saw drug raids, we saw evictions, we saw property just, we had this one situation where, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask you that because as an investor in residential real estate, which I am having renters in, can I go through that house anytime I want, or I have to give them 24 hours notice?
No, you can. You have to just attempt to notify. That's it. So attempt to notify could be you ring the doorbell and you open it up and go in. But here's the thing, it's a catch-22 because per the Texas Property Code, you have to put keyless deadbolts, which means if they have the keyless deadbolt locked from the inside. Here's a tip for tenants, right? If you don't want your landlord to access your house, lock the keyless deadbolt. They can't get in. But anyway, you can go in whenever you want as long as you attempt to notify at reasonable time. So you can't show up at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I think it's 20 hours of 9 to 5.
There's no hours. It's just reasonable. So what's reasonable?
Really?
Is reasonable 11 o'clock?
Really?
Maybe, right? If they're nurses and they work till 10, is reasonable 11 maybe. So that's the key though, Willie. See, it's a lot of gray.
Do you have to have some kind of reason to go in?
No, you don't. No reason. You can just show up whenever you want and do a check. But it's a balance.
Do you recommend it?
Absolutely 100% no.
You don't recommend
I recommend never going into your property ever. I recommend never driving by it. I recommend pretending like it doesn't even exist.
You recommend getting a property manager?
I recommend putting a veil between you and pretending like it doesn't exist. I never go by my rental property.
Yeah.
Because what happens? The lawn's probably not going to be cut to my liking. The trees might be growing a little too high to my liking. But you only learn this because you've screwed it up so many times, right? So what we try to teach our clients is don't screw it up. Just hire a professional.